up, homages? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video, my homages. It's great to see you again. Today's gonna be a little bit of a story time. I do these little storytelling sit-down videos once a week. A little bit behind the day that you're seeing this. I'm filming it the day before, and we're riding the fine line of burnout in this video. It's awesome, but we're gonna get right into it. If you are new, welcome. My name is Tyler. I'm a self-taught artist in southern Minnesota. I stopped creating art for 8 years after my mom took her own life back in 2012, and all of my art is based around mental health awareness. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the shit show. I appreciate you being here. On today's episode of Crazy Things, we're just gonna get into it here. I have little notes set up over here because I can't remember all the things, and words are especially lately, words are extremely hard. This piece in particular is really cool. I wanted to point out that there's a lot of similarities in the symbolism in my work since everything is based around mental health awareness, but I just wanted to say that there are different stages of my life. Every time that I create a piece, it feels like I'm going through something because I am. And this piece, the symbolism, it's about freedom. The name of this piece is called Freedom. And it all started when I was washing dishes one day, and I'm sitting there, and you know, like the Dawn dish soap when the bubbles go up in the air? I was watching these bubbles, and I just stared at this one bubble, and it went up into the air and it just disintegrated. And for a moment in time, I realized in that second that I was living in the moment. And there's a lot of times in my life where I don't live in the moment. I'm either anxious or depressed. They say that anxiety is living too far in the future, depression is living too far in the past. And in that moment, I realized that that bubble was just existing. It was in the moment, and then it disappeared. And it's kind of a lot like anxieties too, you know? I guess that symbolism could kind of correspond there as well, is because we get these anxieties and then eventually they pop and they disintegrate and they leave us eventually. Could be oncoming new anxieties for the next day, but eventually they kind of fizzle out a little bit. But when I was watching this bubble, it reminded me a lot of butterflies, and I'm super drawn to butterflies. Butterflies have had a lot of symbolism in my life, and they're just beautiful, they're elegant, and they're very docile creatures. And I feel like I relate to butterflies a lot because they go through, you know, this change, and they go through metamorphosis, and they're a caterpillar, and then they end up turning into this gorgeous butterfly. And a lot of times I feel like I go through lots of deaths and rebirths in my life, because we all do. And I've been fighting like hell, and I've been working my ass off to make like this art thing work for me. And a lot of times when I'm hustling on my goals, I really forget to live in the moment, especially lately. And it's super honest. I'm just being very upfront and honest about that because it's the God's honest truth. But this painting here is about freedom, and it's about spreading your wings and flying. And there's so many times in my life, I'll show you close-ups here in a second, but because I have a point here. I feel like there's so many times in my life where I feel like I'm shackled to something, or I feel like there's chains of something attached to me. And there's always a situation in my life where I'm trying to escape it. And a lot of times I think in those situations, God is trying to teach us something, even though it's painful. And as much as I don't want to admit it, it's the truth. And butterflies are a lot like bubbles, you know? I was in the shower. A lot of this stuff comes to me when I'm in the shower, because a lot of times when I'm showering, I either have my music cranked up loud and I can't hear anything else and it drowns out the world, or it's complete silence, because that's the window of time that I allow myself to have with God. I hear things, I hear phrases, not in like a schizophrenic way, but like in a spiritual path. I hear things, and I heard bubbles and butterflies, and I kept pondering on that. And so I wanted to make something really whimsical and fun, and I wanted to make this butterfly very vibrant and bright. And I was like, you know what, it'd be really fun to add actual bubbles in there. So I watched a tutorial on YouTube and I created this. I think I vlogged while I was painting this. Yeah, I obviously was. Painted it in 2024, so I painted it last year. I kind of lose track of time on my paintings, or kind of when I created them and such. But yeah, this butterfly, and then that red there is kind of like, you know, kind of melting away your worries, melting away your fears, setting your fear's on fire. And I have a soapbox moment here for a moment. I think a lot of times fear shackles us to a lot of things. I personally lately have been struggling with letting go of certain things, and I feel like this big sense of obligation. I have chills talking about this, but a big sense of obligations to people, places, things. And I'm one of them people that would absolutely go to the earth's end for someone. Or, you know, I work very hard and I show up. I'm the friend that answers. I'm the friend that responds. And when I don't do that, I feel super guilty about that. And I think at the end of the day, as people, we only have so much to give. And you know, I have to remind myself a lot of times not to take life so seriously, and it's like, that's hard to do sometimes, especially when you care deeply and you have a big heart and you're super empathetic. Not everybody understands that, and it's taken me 30 years to realize that not everybody's like that. Not everybody has emotional intelligence, and this piece is simply about just being and existing, and I feel like life doesn't have to be so hard. So personally for myself, I've been trying to find ways where either I don't have to work so hard to get to where I want to go in life. I think one of my biggest lessons in life is letting go and just letting things be as they are, whether it's what people say to me, whether it's with dealing with hate online, whether it's with letting comments go or worrying about what other people think about me. That's one of the things that I've really been struggling with. And there's some other significant things in my life that I'm not going to get into. But you know, this is about letting go. It's about acting out of love, not fear. Because I know a lot of times anxiety is fear-based, and it's based on fear a lot of times. And it's what anxiety is. It's fear of things. And you know, if you're anything like me, you think worst case scenario and you think, oh, what if this and that and the other thing happens? And at the end of the day, I think if we just let go a little bit more, we'd have a lot more freedom and love in our life, and we'd have room to let those good things into our life. Maybe you need to let go of a job. Maybe you need to let go of a relationship. Maybe you need to let go of expectation on yourself. One of the things I'm working through is this belief system. There's a belief system that we all grow up with, and I have a belief system surrounding money and abundance and all of this other stuff and things that I'm trying to change in my mind, because just because you grew up that way doesn't mean you have to believe that for the rest of your life. We're forever evolving, we're forever changing, and we never remain the same. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about being a human. As hard as it is, there's a toughness that goes into metamorphosis. It's not fucking easy, especially if you're somebody like me who's following their dreams. This is not an easy road, and I would recommend it to anybody because I know in the end it's going to be worth it, and there's always going to be things that we're going to learn. So that is what this piece means. It means a lot to me. I wanted to make it vibrant and fun and colorful because, you know, as painful as letting go can be sometimes, it's liberating, it's freeing, and we're not born to be shackled down to the expectation of the world or others' opinions or what people think or say about us. And it's very hard, especially with social media. So I hope that this piece resonates with you. It's very near and dear to my heart, and it's a little bit different. I didn't want to make it realistic. I wanted it to kind of look cartoonish and very bright and vibrant, and that's just what I did. So this is my piece, Freedom. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you can resonate. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you resonate with this piece in any way, shape, or form, and maybe just let me know what things that you're struggling with, or maybe what you need to let go of. This is available for sale on my website. I will be having prints soon. I'm thinking about making stickers of this piece too, because it is very fun. And there's another piece that I'll be creating with bubbles in it as well. I have this other vision in my head, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, and thanks for sitting with me. Let me know if you made it to the end of this, and until next time, my homages, peace out. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye!